This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
A measure of the utmost importance. Battle of the Virginia Capes, 5 to 9 September 1781. Great cataclysmic events often turn on single episodes of random chance. Such was the case in the early autumn of 1781, as Cornwallis established a defended naval station in Tidewater, Virginia. That random chance occurred at the Battle of the Virginia Capes, 5 through 9 September, as several tactical decisions resulted in a rare Royal Navy loss to the French Navy in combat. The defeat of Rear Admiral Graves' squadron by French forces under Rear Admiral Comte de Grasse not only doomed Cornwallis, but also made possible the conditions whereby the Franco-American force under the command of Washington and Comte de Rochambeau forced his surrender in October, thus effectively ending the War of American Independence. In truth, Graves need not have lost the engagement. He might well have accomplished his assigned mission of securing the mouth of Chesapeake Bay and establishing local sea control in support of Cornwallis at Yorktown. But there were 5 critical tactical errors committed by the British in the course of the engagement on 5 September and in the days following. Had any of those decisions been different, the war might have taken a vastly more dramatic turn, perhaps in Britain's favor. Traditional historiography blames Graves for poor tactical decision-making. Many recent naval historians are kinder on Graves and harsher on Rear Admiral Hood's tactical decisions. Additionally, the misunderstanding of tactical intentions due to poor visual signaling certainly contributed to British difficulties. The communications failure between London and New York continued to prove problematic. Although Lord Germain sent a vaguely worded warning to Clinton in early April 1781 regarding de Grasse's probable movements, he assumed that Royal Navy forces on North American and West Indies stations would outmatch any French forces and aggressively pursue them. Further, Germain failed to add that the enemy fleet could be expected to arrive in theater by August. Unable to maintain an effective distant blockade against the main French operating base at Brest, the Royal Navy allowed de Grasse to sortie for North American waters on 22 March. Operating in the West Indies, the admiral took the island of Tobago and threatened more damage to British interests. He received constant and urgent requests from Rochambeau for naval support, funds to pay his troops, and at least 5,000 reinforcements to bolster Washington's Continental forces posted in a covering position outside New York. In late July, de Grasse made a fateful determination. He would sail to the Chesapeake to support his countryman commanding Continental troops in southeastern Virginia, General Lafayette. The admiral embarked 3 French regiments then serving with the Spanish and concluded a deal with the Spanish whereby they would guard the Caribbean and thus protect his rear. Finally, on 5 August, led by the flagship, the 110-gun first-rate Ville de Paris, the fleet departed Martinique. 28 ships of the line, 7 frigates, 2 cutters, and 15 auxiliary merchantmen sailed north. Transiting through the Bahamas Channel without difficulty, along the way they captured several British ships, including one transporting Lord Rawdon, who was making his way back to England in ill health. The fleet dropped anchor in Lynnhaven Bay, off present-day Virginia Beach, on 29 August. Opposing them at Yorktown lay only the 44-gun HMS Charon, 2 lesser frigates, and 6 sloops. On 9 June, Rochambeau and his army marched out of Newport, Rhode Island toward New York. De Grasse's naval presence became an essential element in the Yorktown affair. Bolstered by French sea power, the Allied move now placed Crown forces in great peril. From the British perspective, the situation could hardly have been worse. With most of the available naval strength still in the Caribbean under Admiral Rodney and his subordinate Hood, Graves had only 6 ships of the line in New York with which to confront de Grasse's 28. Moreover, Graves did not receive word of the French movement until late August. 2 frigates sent north by Hood to alert Graves and to carry Rodney's order that he should rendezvous with Hood off the Chesapeake, HM sloop Swallow and HMS Active, failed to warn him of Hood's and de Grasse's movements. Swallow arrived in New York to find Graves on patrol near Boston, having received erroneous intelligence from London that a French supply convoy was bound for that city or Newport, and was captured by privateers while searching for the squadron. American privateers also captured Active. Rodney soon turned over command to Hood and returned to England with 3 ships of the line. Hood, with 14 sail, set course for Virginia on 10 August, only a few days behind the French.